Hey guys, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing another reading vlog. This one's going to be reading the last book in a series. I have been wanting to do this for a bit because I want to get through all the series that I'm reading, finish them. So, the first book we're going to be starting with is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This is on my TBR this month, and I have been wanting to get through this series for such a long time. It's probably one of my favorite series I've ever read. And this is the last book in the series, obviously. It's about... That was the vacuum. But anyway, it's about Beau and Bailey. Beau is like the brother that we've been waiting for his book to come. And Bailey, I think she's like a bartender in one of the bars by Chestnut Springs. I don't really know anything. I've only literally read a chapter of this book. But that is the book we're starting with. I also want to be reading Daydream. I already started that book. I think I'm like a good amount through it. Probably 30%? 38%. So I've read 38% of Daydream. The only thing about this one is I don't know if it's the last book in series that this is in. I don't know what the series is called. But it's the one that's with Icebreaker and Wildfire. And then there's Daydream. But I don't know if this is the last book or not. We're still going to include it in this video because I think it is, but like I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to include that in this video. And if anything, we'll add another book. My other books that I want to include is probably Ruthless, Vows. I know that's duology. It's only Divine Rivals and Ruthless, Vows. But I'm still counting it as a series because I still haven't gotten to that book and there's nothing else that comes after it. So I'm still going to count that one. I don't know for sure if we're going to read it in this video. It's a possibility. I also have If I Had Told Her that I could read, also a duology, but we're just going to count it, okay? But I am going to read Hopeless right now. I want to get at least 25% through the book today. That's my goal. So that's what we're going to do right now. My camera says it no longer has any more storage, so I'm going to stop right here and okay, I actually just cleared up some storage because as you could probably tell it cut me off. I was gonna say I'll see you guys when I can record, but I cleared up some storage, so now I can record. Also, yeah, I have this on. I probably explained it in the video that came out before this, which is probably my September reset. But I have this brace on. It should be gone in like the next 4 or 5 days. But I have it on because I recently got like a cyst removed from my wrist and they told me I have to have this brace on for a week or two. So that's why you guys are gonna see this brace on me for a bit, but just to get that out of the way because I know people are gonna be like, why does she have a brace on? Yeah, but I'm going to read Hopeless right now. It is Tuesday, 8:30 in the morning, and I don't know if you guys could hear. There are people working on my roof, and they've been here since 7 in the morning. Why? I have absolutely no clue, but I'm gonna use my phone, to record audios so that you guys can hear me better because it is really loud and it's just really annoying to listen to, and I'm not gonna be recording and you guys could barely even hear me because of the background noise. So you guys are gonna have to deal with listening to my voice this close all up in the audio. So yeah, but I have been reading Hopeless, as you guys know, and I'm currently like 30% through the book, I think, or like maybe 25. I'm not completely sure, but I'm on chapter 11, and so far I like it, but I'm not really liking how insta-lovey it is because it's like as soon as he goes into the bar, he automatically is like drawn to her, and it's kind of like random. Like I don't remember seeing this character until the last book, so you haven't really seen like any development through the books. Like it's just like new character, new romance, and here it is in this book. So it is a little random. I don't know. We'll see where it takes us. We are only 25% through. I also have been reading Daydream on my phone. I'm currently 55% through that book, and I'm really liking it. I really like Henry. I have always liked Henry throughout all the books, but I'm really liking him in this book, obviously, because it's his book. I really also like Hallie, but I feel like this book is also kind of insta-lovey. Like, so the point of that book is Henry needs like a tutor, and Hallie is there to be the tutor, and they kind of become friends like automatically, which is kind of weird, especially for Hallie, because Hallie's like not used to making friends. So for her to just be automatic friends with Henry is just kind of random. So that book, I'm liking it. I do like the romance. I think they're really, really cute. I just don't like how quick they got into it, because 50% through the book and they're already feeling like a complete couple. So we'll see where that book takes us. I read 25% the other day, and then yesterday I read another 25%. That's how I'm like 55% through the book. We'll see how much I read today. I've been listening to the audiobook of it, and then I've also been reading, so I've been like switching with it. We'll see how much I read today. I usually listen to it when I'm like in the car, so I do have to go to work today, so I'll probably listen to it on the way to work, or I don't know, but I'll be updating you guys with that one. But right now, we are going to continue reading Hopeless, and yeah, I'm hoping to get 50% through this book today, so that's what we're going to do right now. I don't know when the last time I filmed was. I think it was yesterday. It's currently September 11th. I actually finished Daydream earlier today. Like I said, I was listening to the audiobook, so you guys haven't seen me read a lot of that book. That's because I had started before this video, and then every time I was listening to it or reading it, it was off camera, because it was like on my way to school or like at work, on my way to work. It was like always like in the car, really. So you guys never really saw me reading or listening to Daydream. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the book now, if I could find my little Notion section where I talk about it. So this book was cute. I ended up giving it 3.25 stars. I rated Icebreaker and Wildfire higher. I definitely did like those books better than this book, which is disappointing because everyone was like really excited for Henry's book, and I don't know, hopefully they like the book, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. I think the romance was really cute. I really liked Henry, and I really liked Hallie. I liked, both of them. I liked them together, but I wish there would have been just more tension. I feel like they got with each other so quick in the book, like probably 25% through they were already together, and I don't know, I kind of wish there was more tension. I just feel like they got together pretty quickly. Yeah, and then the whole book, I feel like they were together the whole time, and that's when I feel like the book focuses so much more on like family, making friends, like finding yourself, and like navigating a relationship. I feel like that was the main point of the book for some reason. Yeah, I kind of wanted to focus more on the romance and for them to have more tension, like drawn out the whole book, instead of them getting together and then focusing on everything else, because you have Henry going through like all his hockey stuff that he's dealing with, and then school, and then Hallie with her family stuff and her ex and friends and all of that. So they're going through their own things. Since they get together so early, you just kind of focus on their individual things and how they're working through it together, which is nice. But I just wanted a cute little romance book, and that's what Icebreaker and Wildfire were, so that's what I was expecting from this book. But not that it was bad. It was interesting to see, how they were working through everything, but it's just not what I expected and not what I would have wanted for these characters. It was a good book. I still love the series so much. I don't know if it is the last book. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't know where I heard that, but I'm so sure it is. But if it's not, then I'm sorry for including it in this video. I thought it was the last book in the series, so we're still gonna act like it is. Then I started reading Hopeless. I picked it back up. Wanted to get 75% through today, and I've actually read probably a little more than like 5 chapters already, and I keep telling myself that I need to pick up the camera to update, and I kept forgetting, so I'm finally doing it right now. But I've been reading for probably like an hour. I have like probably 3 more chapters that I want to read before I stop for today, because like I said, I do want to get 75% through the book and then possibly finish it tomorrow. Who knows? But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. About this book, I honestly feel the same as Daydream. I feel like, not that they got together so far in the book, I still feel like there's still some tension and still some things that they have to work through. In Daydream, they were kind of just together and they had no problems at all. But here, there's obviously some things that they have to like consider before they fully want to get together. Obviously, they're fake dating, fake engaged. So, you know, that's a whole issue with itself. But there's clearly a lot of tension, so I do like that. But I feel like these characters, I don't know, I feel like their story is kind of just random, because we heard a lot about Bo throughout the other books, but Bailey, we never heard of her at all. So it's kind of just random for her to be the love interest at all in this book. But I do like her. I really do like her as a character, really. But it is just kind of random, because I feel like this is the first we've heard of her, if I'm mistaken, or if I just don't remember her from the other books. But I think this is like the first time we're really getting into her and we see her interacting with like people. Yeah, that's why I feel like I'm not as connected to this book, because I don't really know Bailey. Like, this is the first time we're reading about her, and this is the 5th book in the series. I don't know who else Bo would have been with, but I wish it was a character that we knew about for a long time and we were anticipating, because I was anticipating Bo's book because we've heard about him so much in the other books and I love him. He's one of my favorite brothers, so obviously I was anticipating his book, but we didn't know who his love interest was gonna be. So Bailey's just kind of random to me. I do see their connection, and I do see how she's kind of having Bo open up more after all his trauma about like going to war and all that. So I do see their connection, but again, it's just kind of random. Like I said, I'm gonna read about 3 more chapters. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for tonight. Oh my god, it says demure in here. It says her smile may not be so demure after all. Stop. Hey guys, I'm gonna put a light because it's so dark. Okay, it's a little creepy. I haven't updated you guys in a while. I'm gonna lower this. Do you think I could lower the brightness of this? Okay, it's a little better. So I haven't updated this video in a while. I actually finished Hopeless. I think I somewhat like recorded me finishing it, and I never told you guys my thoughts on it because I wanted to like sit on my thoughts. So I think I gave this book 4 stars, which is the lowest rated book I have rated in the Chestnut Spring series. Yeah, I think I was just kind of disappointed. I really did like Bo. I liked Bailey, but I just think them together, like, it did make sense, but it was just so random and the romance came out of nowhere, because I would have liked if throughout the books you were kind of seeing like glimpses of them or something. Maybe I just don't remember, but I don't remember Bailey being like a part of any of the other books, or like at least being like a big part where we were like, oh, for sure she's gonna be with Bo. But when I heard that it was gonna be them being together, I was like, this is so random, especially because it's the last book, so people always expect more from the last book. So I just felt like the romance was kind of random. They were cute, but I just didn't enjoy it as much as the other books that I've read from this series. So yeah, I gave it 4 stars. But now the last book we're going to be reading in this video is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I read Divine Rivals literally this year, now that I'm thinking about it. I read Divine Rivals, I think it might have been March probably, or February, I can't remember. But I have not yet read Ruthless Vows. This is the last book in the duology, so it's not really like a series, but I'm still counting it because it's the last book of something. It's completing, you know, the story, so I am gonna count this. And this book is kind of lengthy, a little over 400 pages, so it doesn't sound that bad, but obviously this book is like much bigger and much longer than a normal book, so obviously it's a lot more. And then when you go into the pages, they're like, you know, pretty small words. But my goal is to get at least like a bit like halfway through. I want to read this much today because it's like in different parts. I'm pretty sure there's 4 parts, so I want to get to at least part 3 today. I do have to go to class today, but I'm hoping to finish part 1 before I have to go to class, and then maybe part 2 later. Yeah, I'm also gonna take off the dust jacket. Oh my god, I love this. It's so pretty. It says Dear Roman. Okay, I actually don't know what this book is about. I know we left off on kind of a cliffhanger on the last book, but I don't know what this book we're going to be reading about. So let's read it. It says, will their love end the war or break the world? 2 weeks have passed since Iris Winnell returned home, bruised and heartbroken from the front, but the war is far from over. Roman is missing, and the city of Old continues to dwell in a state of disbelief and ignorance. When Iris and Atai are given another chance to report on I don't know the names in this book. Something's movements. They both take the opportunity and head westward once more despite the danger, knowing it's only a matter of time before the conflict reaches a city that's unprepared and fracturing. Since walking below in whoever's realm, Roman cannot remember his past, but given the reassurance that his memories will return in time, Roman begins to write articles for whoever. Uncertain of his place in the great scheme of the war, when a strange letter arrives by wardrobe door, Roman is first suspicious and intrigued. As he strikes up a correspondence with his mysterious pen pal, Roman will soon have to make a decision to stand with whatever, or betray the god who healed him. As the day grows darker, inevitably drawing Roman and Iris close together, 2 of them will risk their very hearts and futures to turn the tides of the war. So that's right. Basically, this is like a whole like war story. Like there's like this like huge god that people are either with or they're against, and Roman is now working for him. Because I think it's like you get sucked into working for him. So I think that's what's happening right now. And I guess he like lost all his memory. Okay. I've heard that this is a lot more about like the war than the romance. But I really did remember liking that like war aspect in the book. So I think I'll be fine if there's not a lot of romance. Because I've been reading a lot of romance books. And they've been like kind of like lighthearted romance. But I want to read like a deep romance book, and I think that's where my fantasy kind of stuff is gonna start, because I just want like a romance where it's like high stakes. Like literally this book, I want to read Powerless soon, Once Upon a Broken Heart, like books that are gonna make me like cry, like make me really feel something. That's what I'm in the mood for. So I'm hoping this book will do something. Who is Enva? I don't remember this character. It's a prologue, but like, who is that? I'm gonna start this. It's currently, let me tell you guys the dates. It's currently September 18th, so I don't know when I'm gonna finish this book. I was supposed to get this video up September 18th, so I don't know when it's gonna be up now, especially because this book is a little long. You know, we'll see. We'll see. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start reading this. Literally the last clip, I was doing the same thing. I was in bad lighting, but like I said, I was gonna start Divine Rivals, and I did. I finished part 1 literally right now because I didn't have time to finish it yesterday. I only finished like probably 6 chapters yesterday, and then I finished part 1 right now. So I'm going to part 2, and my goal, I would love to finish part 2 and 3 today, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen because part 3 finishes where? This is everything I would have to read today to get to part 4. Yeah, and I probably could. If I had nothing to do today, I would definitely be able to finish it. That would be like almost 300 pages to read today, and it's currently 11:30, so I have an hour until I have to get ready. Whatever, you guys don't care. Hopefully I'll be back home by like 6:30, and maybe I'll be able to finish reading everything I want to finish. I'm really hoping. My goal is to finish this book tomorrow. To tell you guys what I've actually been reading, like what happened in part 1. I can see what everyone's saying, that it's mostly about like the whole war thing that's happening. I still think we're gonna be getting a lot, not like of the romance, because I don't know how to like talk about it without spoiling the first book. You're gonna be seeing a lot more still because of everything that's happened in the first book. There's not much I can say without like spoiling it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it actually. I got the audiobook though because this book is so hard for me to read, because I've been used to reading like small cute little romance books, and then to jump into this fantasy book that's like huge, it's a little hard. So I got the audiobook and I'm listening to it while I'm reading it because I don't know, it just works for my brain. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm hoping to finish like probably like a good 5 more chapters before I have to start getting ready, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. I don't know, I'll see you guys whenever I decide to update, probably later when I'm gonna continue reading and hopefully finish part 2 and 3, but we'll see. I am yet again in the darkness. Let's turn on the flash. Okay guys, so as you guys know, I've been reading Ruthless, Vows. I think I've been calling it Divine Rivals Ruthless Vows, and I got to part 4. I'm about to start part 4. So, my thoughts on this book. I just feel like there has been so much going on in the book that I feel like I've read so much already. Like, I feel like I've been reading this book for so long. And I think it's just because there's so much happening in the book. I feel like I've already been reading for such a long time. I'm like, what else can happen? Because obviously, like, I know there's still so much that has to be solved, which obviously I'm about to read the last part of the book, so I know everything's about to be solved. Hopefully, I don't really know. I just feel like so much has been going on throughout this book. Like, so much, but nothing at all, basically, has been happening. And that's why I feel like I've been reading this book for such a long time, and I'm still so confused how I have not finished it. My audiobook says I have like a little less than like an hour to go. I have 100 pages, like a little over 100 pages to read. Yeah, I'm hoping to finish in the next few hours. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. I don't have any crazy thoughts. I think I'm definitely not liking it as much as I liked Divine Rivals. I don't know if it's because of how like kind of slow it's going. It's just because last time I read Divine Rivals was like a couple months ago, so I'm just not as connected to the characters. I don't really know, but I'm liking it, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I liked Divine Rivals, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, I'm gonna read part 4 right now. I'm excited to finish this book. Yep, got this much to read. That's what I'm gonna do right now. I did finish Ruthless Vows. I finished it, I think, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday. It's currently Sunday. Did I end up giving a rating for this book? I don't know. I wanted to sit on my thoughts because this book, I really didn't know what to rate it, especially because I gave Divine Rivals 4.5 stars. So I really did like that book. And not that I didn't like this one, but I wasn't feeling it as much as I was when I read Divine Rivals. So I definitely felt different about this book. Didn't like it as much for sure. I knew that. But I just didn't know what I was gonna rate it. I think I'm settling on 3.75. Not quite a 4-star, just because when it's like 7.5, it's because it doesn't compare to the books that I've rated 3.5, but it also doesn't compare to the ones I've rated 4. So I put it right in the middle. And we'll see if it changes, like by the end of the month, by the end of the year. Maybe it'll be a 4-star, maybe it'll be 3.5. But right now, I think it's gonna be 3.75, which is crazy. It went down probably like a whole point rating compared to Divine Rivals. But I don't know, I feel like I did enjoy it, but I just wasn't as connected as I was in Divine Rivals. And maybe it's because we already knew the characters. I see what people say when they were like, you're not gonna get a lot of the romance, which you do get a lot of the romance. It's just so different compared to Divine Rivals, because in Divine Rivals, everything is so poetic and like romantic in that book. But then in this book, it's more of like, I don't know how to explain it. You don't really get that much of the poetic aspect and like the romantic part of the book. Like in Divine Rivals, you get so many quotes that are just like beautiful. This book, there are quotes that are like, wow, like that one really hit, but I could probably only name like 3, maybe 5, which sounds like a lot, but in Divine Rivals there was just like one on every single page. So in this one it was just a little different. I feel like it wasn't as romantic as the last book, and you definitely are focused a lot more on the war part. Like you understand so much more about like I think they're called like divines, like the gods in the world. You learn more about them and like what's going on in the world and like why everyone is in like trouble. So yeah, I think that's why I just didn't compare to Divine Rivals. It just wasn't as poetic and romantic as Divine Rivals, which is why I liked it so much. And also, there was so much going on in this book that it felt like I was reading it for such a long time. And it is like a thick book. It's not super thick, but it's like a little over 400 pages, but it felt like I was reading like a 600-page book because of everything that was happening. Like halfway through the book, I felt like I was already gathering to the end, and I was like, no, we still have half of the book left. I don't know what's gonna be happening. Like, I knew there was much more that still had to happen, but it was just so much had happened already that I was like, what else is going to happen in the next half of the book? But overall, I did enjoy it because I do love the story. I was actually very intrigued with like the whole war part of the book and everything that was going on. Yeah, it just didn't compare to Divine Rivals, but still I gave it 3.75, so it was still a good book. Yeah, that is the end of this video. I'm so happy to have finished books that I needed to get finished, like Daydream. I still don't know if that's the last book in that series, but I hope it is because I included it in this video. But yeah, that book was good. The only thing, like I said when I talked about that book, you guys barely saw me read that book in this video actually, but when I talked about it, I was basically saying how it felt like they were together the whole book, and it was more like they were together and going through their own things, and then you kind of see them like working together through that, which is cute, but I just wanted to see their romance develop like other characters in Wildfire and Icebreaker. So yeah, it was just a little different. I did enjoy the romance, but it just was really quick that they got together. And then I read Hopeless by Elsie Silver, which I have been wanting to read this book for such a long time because if you guys don't know, I love this series. I love Elsie Silver. I have read almost all of her books. I need to read the recent series that just came out, Wild Love and Wild Eyes. I have not read those two books, but I am going to very soon because I love her books and all of that. But this isn't the lowest rated book I've given like Elsie Silver, because in her series before this, which I forgot what it's called, but I have rated some of those books like 3 stars. This one I gave 4 stars. It's the lowest rated book in the Chestnut Spring series for me. The only reason is because their romance was cute. I did enjoy it. I love both the characters in this book. I love their romance. I think they were perfect for each other. But usually when you get to the last book, it's because these characters have been built up, and Bo, the brother in this book, has definitely been built up throughout the other books in the series. But Bailey, I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention in the other books, but I don't remember her being like a super main character. So when I found out that she was going to be Bo's love interest in the book, I was like, oh, that's a little random because we haven't really heard of her. But nonetheless, it was still a really cute book. I did enjoy it, but again, I just wish, I don't know, I wish we knew more about them before this book came, because reading this book, it was just kind of random. Because again, he kind of did like really like her really quick. So if we would have seen them in the past books and they were kind of already developing some sort of relationship in those books, it would have made sense. But yeah, just seeing them kind of get into this book and reading about them in this book, it was just kind of random. But I did enjoy it still because I just have a soft spot for this series. And then I just talked about Ruthless, Vows, not much to say, 3.75. And yeah, I'm so happy that I have read the last book in series, finished, you know, a bunch of different worlds. And now I'm literally going to jump into a new one. I don't know if you guys see on my desk, I have Wild Love over there because I am so ready to jump right back into country romances, of course. And it's a whole new series. I think that whole series is going to be Single Dads, which literally my 2 favorite books in the Chestnut Spring series are Heartless and Reckless. And they're not single dads. In Heartless, Cade is a single dad, but Theo is just a dad, a country dad. Yeah, so I don't know, I don't know what it is. I don't want to be a stepmom or anything, but like, anyway, yeah, so that is the end of this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed me reading the last book in series. I think I want to do like maybe reading like books in the like that I'm in the middle of series of, or starting a new series. I don't really know, but I have a bunch of fun reading vlogs coming up because it's gonna be the fall season now. So yeah, I'm really excited, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post my next one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!